And welcome back, everybody, to your final, F-I-N-A-L, final, the last. Who are we buying, who are we selling the 2026 fantasy baseball season? We are on the week of August 10th. Some trade deadlines have passed. Some should be passing shortly. So it is time to do or die. I am Casey Bubba. I know, we said this on another show. New faces, new places on this one. I'll be hosting us on this voyage through the buys and sells of the fantasy baseball week. And joining me, the wonky penguin herself, Kelly Kirby. How are we doing?
I'm doing great. Writing this up, I was like, "Ooh, God! If I had any more time, these were the trades I would try to go after." So it was, even though I had a crazy trade deadline on Friday, so it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't play in a ton of trade leagues. I've always prefaced this when I get people asking me this, doing that. Like, I get it. A lot of people do, especially dynasty folks. Lots of that, but a lot of in-season trading and. This is crunch time. It's now or never. And let's just highlight something real quick before we even talk players. You mentioned it on the show we did, the leading off show, and I talked about my nicknames. It is, you got to, like, I've called Captain Cuts. You got to make the tough cuts right now. And it's that time of the year, thus the trades, and we'll get to that. But if you want to elaborate on any thought process on why we should be more aggressive this time of the year, the floor is yours.
Perfect. So I'm going to start with my buy because it talks about the ruthless cut option in this situation. So if I'm looking to buy that if I needed a first baseman, and I'm going to talk about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for just 1 second. If I have him, and I do, and the amount of money I spent on him in one salary cap draft, I will never live down as long as I live. But in a redraft league, if I have him and he's just taking up space, then I need to move for somebody that maybe can bring me some power, maybe can bring me some just consistency. And for me, that's Alec Burleson. I feel like I talk about Alec Burleson every single time they let me have a microphone. He's having a fantastic year, and his expected stats suggest that there's actually more upward trajectory. He's slashing 283, 349, 478 with 19 home runs, 63 runs scored, and 77 RBI. And that's, I mean, those are solid numbers. His expected slugging is 60 points higher at 533. So I feel like he's getting a little unlucky on the home runs. But there is nothing to suggest he's actually getting lucky anywhere else in his profile. I mean, his BABIP seems normal. Everything else is just kind of right in line with who Alec Burleson is. He's in the 96th percentile or higher in expected weighted on base average, expected batting average, and expected slugging, all things that will help in the home stretch fantasy playoffs. Again, that consistency. He's been one of my favorite trade targets all season. If I need to upgrade first base, great. He's also eligible in the outfield. So, like, if you're trying to kind of fill in while Nick Kurtz is on the bench, like, you can still keep Burleson and just kind of move him to the outfield when it's time. So I'm willing to do what I need to, and this is where it comes in. I am fully prepared to just outright drop Vladdy if I have to, and I won't even think twice about it at this point. His batting average is great. Everything else is just ugly, and just don't need him sitting around anymore. So
we might have to do a Captain Cut show together, because I've had co-hosts of mine arguing with me when I said, hey guys, Vladdy's probably a drop in like 12-team and shallower leagues, especially 10s, and I get all the pushback in the world. And you've summed up so many things I've been saying forever, so fully support that. The other thing I'll mention, if we are going to start working together more, I apologize now. I love dad jokes, and I know they're horrible. I get it. But one thing, and I love bad nicknames, it's Alec Barrel season is what we go with. No, but I'm just kidding.
Oh, my dad will watch this, so he'll appreciate you. It'll be great.
Burleson is very underappreciated, and so I'm glad you highlighted him. He just is consistently putting up great numbers and has the underlying stats to match, as you mentioned. For me, it's kind of a speculating on where you can go, and if we're kind of like saying buy low potentially, like Burleson's not a buy low, he's a buy. You just buy and fix it. Just fix it. Like, for me, I'm kind of thinking out loud, like the law dog, Lawrence Butler. This is a guy, I know the stats still don't jump off the page, but over the last couple of weeks since July 28th, hitting 238, yeah, you want more. I get it. But it's 2 home runs, it's 3 steals. Most importantly, he's got his playing time back. And that's what I look at here. Like, the skills are improving. He lost his job to Carlos Cortez. Now the Cia Cortez is gone. We don't know where that's at the moment. Bolte still staying in center field. Brent Rooker's done for the year. The Lawrence Butler, as long as he hits, it's his. It's his world. It's his oyster. The world is his oyster, as they say. And right now it is. You got a lot of Sacramento games coming up. Folks grew up around there. ball flies. Been saying it forever, and it's happening still, and it's only going to get hotter in August. So enjoy that while you can. So I just want to highlight him, and it's not like the 238 average isn't great, but it's an 18% K rate since the 28th, which we love to see. Like he's great at the plate. A 250 BABIP, which he's getting unlucky, but what I love to see, it's a 12% barrel rate, a 47% hard hit rate. His XBA is 255, his xWOB is 325. Like all these things you want to see. The underlying metrics look very good for Lawrence Butler. So I think if you can get him right now before people catch on, I would be running to do that.
Yeah, I think my only criticism of him is who has him rostered.
Yeah.
I mean, but
I added him on the waiver wire this week, so I get it. He's probably not very rostered, but he should be. So if you can buy low on him, buy low. Otherwise, pick him up.
Exactly.
Go get him. Maybe I'll talk about him on Wednesday too. Exactly. But before we get to that, everybody, for our sells, because we got to sell. Go check out the trade analyzer and figure out who to buy. Stop guessing. Win every deal with the Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer. Get instant, expert-backed analysis on every trade's impact. Powered by the latest projections and rankings. Sync your leagues at fantasypros.com/MLB My Playbook or on the Fantasy Pros app to see your best moves right now. All right, Kelly, you are selling Vladdy, but we're with you there. Who else are you selling this week?
All right, so this is I don't want to sell him. He has saved me in one league so much, but I feel like though the Jake McCarthy experience has been fun for those of us who picked him up off waivers a while ago, maybe drafted him super late, his underlying stats are just like a red flag after red flag after red flag. He's currently slashing 305, 341, 516 with a 212 ISO and a BABIP that's 30 points higher than his career average. But if you pull up his Statcast page, he sits in the fourth percentile in average exit velocity and hard hit percentage. He doesn't walk. He has a 37.7% chase rate. More than anything else, when you're looking at it, the 516 slugging percentage is the biggest mirage that there is. It's scheduled to fall off a cliff. His expected slugging is over 100 points lower at 409. Outfield had been a little bit shallow of recent. I'm trying to find somebody who was a little bit difficult, but with the recent call-ups, you can replace him, I think, in a way. But if I can get that last piece, if there's a pitcher that I really need, I'd be willing to move McCarthy and then just let someone else enjoy that nosedive.
I was going to love this show when I saw that name on there because there's not many people that would look at a guy that just came off, a couple home runs, stolen base over the weekend, and just the overall season he's having and be like, oh, yep. Get rid of them. Send them off shipping. I respect the heck out of that because you're not wrong. We've done the Jake McCarthy experience for years. We've always hoped he'd be really good. We'd hope we'd see some power with a ton of speed and a good batting average, and we really haven't. And he's done it this year. It's been a really great year. To your point, he's helped a lot of us out, but that's the kind of stuff you especially if you need a big-time pitcher down the stretch, like you said, or another position of interest that maybe is not available on the waiver wire, to your point. That's a great name. You just have to be willing to give up a good asset to get an asset, and that's the thing that makes trades so difficult. Maybe it's been talked about a million times on these shows, but first time for me and you. So it's hard for people to understand. It can't be I won 80-20 on this trade. You need to find the closest thing to I'd say 55-45 is to make trades happen. And giving up a Jake McCarthy at least opens the eyes to your suitor in that respect. So
yeah, if I could get Chris Sale for McCarthy, I would do it every day and the day after. So yeah.
Absolutely awesome. All right, for me, this is one that I think I'm saying sell before the ship completely sinks on this one, and that's Ty France, Viva. But he's still playing well. He's playing every day, but the power is gone, folks. He has not homered since July 23rd. And it was a stretch there. It seemed like he was homering every single day. Still hitting for average, 287 on the season, 16 home runs. That's all fine and dandy. But let's just look. Since July 23rd, since that last home run for Mr. Ty France, he is hitting a whopping 328, which is why people will still like Ty France, is my point. The average is there. He's still driving in runs. He's in the middle of the Padres lineup. That's heating up. We talked about Fernando Tatis Jr. earlier. Jackson Merrill is swinging it very well. There's positives in San Diego, and Ty France is benefiting there. The power is gone, though. So if you could flip him for an Alec Burleson or something like that. The time is now, I think, to move on from a Ty France. And we kind of hinted at it earlier, like a few weeks ago. It's really happening. And could he go on another home run barrage? Of course. Will he? Probably not. So this is the time to jump off if you can.
Yeah, and I agree. He's one of those. I feel like he's just. Oh, I feel like I can pick him up like 5 times a year off of waivers when he gets hot. But like right now, he hasn't been consistent, but he's been good. So it's time to move him if you can.
All right, before we move on from this episode, make sure you check out Leading Off on Twitch, everybody. It's live. Fantasy Pros is live on Twitch. Join us every weekday at 12:30 Eastern for Leading Off. You'll get a dose of me and Kelly again on Wednesday for you, so enjoy that. Your daily dose of fantasy baseball news, insights, and strategy. Ask your questions, get your insight, and interact live. Follow Fantasy Pros now at twitch.tv/fantasypros or on the Twitch app, and never miss a stream. We're going to be there for at least a few more weeks before we maybe make the trip over to YouTube. So come check us out on Twitch. We have a lot of fun interacting with you guys that join us on the show, and we try to get to your questions as much as possible. But more importantly, Kelly, we did it. Absolute joy. Love the buy sells. You will be buying Alec Burleson and selling Jake McCarthy. I'm buying the Law Dog Lawrence Butler and selling Ty France. Final thoughts as we head out of here. Probably the last. This is again the last trade show of the season.
Just get your guy. If the trade's not done yet, go after him and see what you can do.
You got it. So thanks again, everybody, for checking us out. Check us out again on Leading Off Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, catch you all later.